What's up, live stream?
Yo, yo. So is this plugged into the computer?
It's plugged in somewhere over here. None of it works, though.
Plugged in right here.
So just so everybody knows, we're going to sound like crap this week. And I don't care. Yeah. All right. Fixing your hair?
Yup. Your hair doesn't need fixing. Your hair doesn't go up like mine does.
All right. We ready? This is weird because we don't have Audacity or anything like that.
Am I the only hoping for a surprise to turn by iOS? It's almost tax season.
It's true. All right, so we'll just give it a 5-second pause, and then...
Are we using Audacity?
No.
Okay. So we're just using the audio from this
Yep.
stream.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the Next Generation, episode 38, the 2019 Royal Rumble episode. I'm Brandon.
I'm late.
And we're ready to talk some wrestling today, even though we lied to you last week and said that we're doing a TV-themed episode this week. However, today, when we're recording this, on Sunday, is the 2019 WWE Royal Rumble that I was reminded of a couple days ago. We got a little group chat thing going for this show, like we do the Unknown Pod now, me, Lane, and Taggart. And I sent out a little thing a couple days ago that was like, all right, cool, here's a little rundown of what we'll do for the TV episode. And then I think it was Lane that was like, what about the Rumble? And I was like, oh yeah, we'll do the Rumble this week and we'll do TV next week. So I didn't really intend to do 2 wrestling episodes this close to each other, but that's how it works out. So here in a little bit, we'll get Taggart back on with us and we'll discuss this year's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So other than that, anything else this week, man?
Not really.
We got Resident Evil 2 yesterday.
Yes. Still gotta play it.
I haven't played it yet. I bought it yesterday, like morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to wait until it's dark to play it because obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And then it got dark, and then my computer crapped out on me, and I had lots of computer problems last night trying to fix them in time for the Unknown Pod. So we never got around to having time to play Resident Evil 2.
Well, we did play the demo a couple nights ago. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was very confusing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to it. But tonight's the Royal Rumble, so we won't have time to play it tonight either.
Nope.
I work a double on Mondays. So Tuesday at this point will be our earliest shot to play Resident Evil 2, which sucks, but it is what it is.
We don't gotta wait so long because we'll have school and stuff, so it'll already be like an hour until it's about to get dark. Instead of waking up at 6 o'clock and waiting 12 hours for it to get dark and then playing it.
Yeah,
that was the longest freaking 12 hours of my life just waiting to play it. I just wanted to play it so bad.
I know. And then it didn't happen.
It just be dark already.
Yep. That kind of sucked the way that it worked out. But what really sucks is all of the computer problems I'm having. So we were at the point where, I bought this new mic and everything. And, I was trying it. We were at the point where it was time to start making our quality better and all that stuff. And then now I'm just having more computer problems than I have in a long time. I have 3 computers essentially that all have different problems that are really kind of happening more now than they have. But I'm in the market for a new PC. I'm ditching Mac and going back to PC. I can't decide whether or not I want to build a computer or just buy a computer, but that'll be in the next month or so. And my goal of the computer is I want to have a computer that is, good enough to be able to do all of this stuff really, really well. I want us to sound really good. I want us to look really good, and we'll get there. It's just not there yet. So we're using the internal mic on a MacBook right now.
Yeah.
That's the worst microphone we've ever used to record this show. So this might be the worst sounding show yet.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Whatever. So Resident Evil 2, we'll get there. We'll talk about that next week a little bit more once hopefully we've got a beat by next week because it's a pretty short game.
I think it's 7 hours. But remember, it's 7 hours.
If you know exactly what you're doing and you know exactly where to go.
If you remember exactly like what to do. Even though they did take out and add in a couple things. So you couldn't speed on through it like first try.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it. I liked that game a lot. Like when I played it originally when it came out back in the day. I really, really enjoyed it. But like it wasn't one that like really stuck with me. Like that was my favorite one of the series back then. But I haven't really replayed it since then. So I definitely don't remember like any of the things that you're supposed to do or nothing whatsoever. So I'm looking forward to it almost being like a new experience for me. And then hopefully as I play it.
Spiders in it too. So we don't gotta get worried about those spiders.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe it'll like jog some memory. Like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Memories for me.
Yeah. Pretty
I was just watching a guy, like I was watching a movie, a game. He was like, that's like a kid, like 6 and 7 years old. Like I always like would watch like my uncle and my dad play it, and then always being such like bad parents. They would always let me play a couple of times, but I would always be too scared to actually play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out there too, even though I mentioned it last night on Unknown Pod, but I want to mention it since I got Lane sitting here with me too. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan at all, go on. I feel like I'm like being paid to say this now because I've repeated myself a couple times. But but if you go on YouTube and search history of Mortal Kombat, there's like a 5-part series that this dude did on there. It was super cool. You liked it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the first part was like the first 3 games. The second part was the next 3 games, and he went through like all of them and told what new characters, what fatalities, including all the side games like Sub-Zero mythologies and stuff. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I tweeted the guy, and he was like very thankful for me telling him how much I liked it and stuff. He's like, that makes my day. So I appreciate. I like when somebody says that to me about the stuff we do. So. Go check that out. It's really, really cool. What else? Anything else?
Nope.
Royal Rumble time?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's get Taggart on here and let's talk about the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Scorecard. You put your name on yours.
Mm-hmm.
That B is not your name. Landon is your name. Do you think Val will come out as the demon? I always just put yes.
That doesn't seem to be the way to get points because 99.9% of the time he does not.
You never know. That one time he did.
Right?
I lost.
All of those other times he didn't.
Well, he did like every other time in NXT, and then they just stopped letting him do it. Probably because demons are PG.
Could be. Welcome back, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
You're still getting feedback from my...
Yeah.
Bob, I got unmuted again, okay?
Sorry. That's much better. It's funny how with these microphones, like you got to like swallow them to be able to hear them.
Yeah.
Yet it will pick up a conversation that's happening 3 blocks down the street.
Was I too loud last night? Did you feel like it was fine? Okay. So a couple times I just like barely raised my voice. I was like, oh no, I think he might have accidentally heard me.
I don't know. I did not. All right, let's do this. I'm pretty ready to get this done and over with. Did you fill out your card, Taggart?
No, I didn't print it.
That's right. I really just want to go through who we think is going to win anyway. Right. So we can just read through it and you can just say who you pick at the time. Will be perfectly fine by me. Or you can pull it up there
as I go.
Okay.
Can you?
I've got extra ones.
Okay.
I've got extra ones printed out here, so when you get here, you can just fill one out. I've only filled out the winners so far. I haven't filled out all the extras.
All right.
Talk, Tiger.
Yo.
I can barely hear.
What up?
I'm plugging back in.
I mean, it's got to be a problem in the splitter. Because splitter is
Because these
probably
headphones
also
are brand
crappy,
new.
just like everything
Tiger.
else.
Hey. What'd it do, baby boo?
That's why. 'Cause it was low.
I know,
it's
but
fine.
now it's super loud in my ears, though.
Yeah.
Let's meet halfway here. How about that?
Talk, Tiger.
Yo.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that is super loud in my ears.
Can you just take it like halfway off?
Jeez. All right. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to pause for 5 seconds, and then we'll bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Taggart here with us. What's up, man?
Hey.
Welcome back. That's 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That's a hat trick. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna get a following on Twitter here soon.
That'd be cool. At tag78 on Twitter,
The
people.
one more follow that you get.
Yeah.
So that'll be.
It's all
10
about the
instead of
followers.
11.
I happened to look at my followers on Twitter the other day for no real reason. But let me pull it up here real quick. It was like I follow 500 people, and I almost had the same amount of followers. Well, I follow 504 people, and I have 494 followers. It's so close to being
Why are you so famous?
identical there. So anyway, it's the 2019 Royal Rumble is today. So we are here to talk about today's Royal Rumble and just Royal Rumble in general. So before we get to today, I wanted to kind of just start back from the very beginning. And what's everybody's first memories of the Royal Rumble? Do you remember what the first one you watched was? Who won the first one that you watched? What you thought of the Rumble? Let's start there. Taggart, let's start with you. Do you remember your beginnings of Royal Rumble?
I think I remember watching the very first one
Okay.
with Jim Duggan winning it.
Yeah, and that one was on USA, not on pay-per-view.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, 1988, I think, is when that one was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I was a year behind you. I think the first one I saw was 89, not on pay-per-view, but from the video store. And then I remember 1990 was the first one that I watched live on pay-per-view.
Yeah. The first one that I remember. I don't know. Did I watch 06? Or was I not
You were
was I home yet?
you were like a 2 pound,
Yeah, I was
2-month-old
yeah.
baby at that point. So
Was
you
I
were
home,
probably
though?
in the room for that
Okay.
Royal Rumble. Yes.
I can't think of the first one I remember though.
Yeah, it would have to be
Right. But the
5 or so years after that.
but the
probably.
main one that probably would be the one that Tyler won at Lee's house.
Okay.
And I was mad. So
People
I got
who-
half the money.
People are going to be confused by what you mean by Tyler won because we're
My
talking about the
brother.
Royal right, but we're talking about the Royal Rumble, and usually
Well,
a
okay.
wrestler wins the Royal Rumble.
So we bet money. So we all get a little scorecard, and we put all the entrants
Mhm.
on, and we all pick 4 or 5 numbers out of a hat, 1 through 30,
Mhm.
and whoever comes out 5, that's our person. So if that person wins, we get all the money that was in the pot.
That's right.
And we put $5 in for each one.
Yep.
And since our 2, we put $10 in.
We've been doing this for a few years now, not a super long time.
It's been pretty long, at least 10 years.
Maybe not that long.
Yeah,
Do you
won
remember,
it
Taggart? You won last year, Taggart?
Mm-hmm.
How much was that? $50 or $60 or
I
something?
remember that.
40.
40. Okay. Tonight we've got we have 6 people tonight. So at $5 a pop, it'll be a $30.
Yeah, 30 for each.
Yeah, but there's 2. So there's 2 rumbles. So come prepared with $10.
Jeez,
Yeah.
you gotta break the bank.
Dude, but you might win it all, man. Then you're not going to be crying about it. You won it last year. I'm due for one, man. I have got
Who won last
the last
year?
couple years. I have got just like
Terrible.
yeah, like the person that
you
comes
are
out.
always the one that gets like the
I get
Hall
all of the
Famers.
pointless people. Yes,
You get all the Hall of Famers, or like you're gonna get if you get number 30.
Yep.
So number 30.
Like,
is
oh, cool,
confirmed.
Tatanka came out. That's mine. Of course, that's mine.
But number 30 is confirmed to be R-Truth.
Yeah.
So right now, usually you want number 30, but now you don't want number 30.
Something will happen with that.
But yeah,
remember I had Asuka and she won the women's Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But on like Instagram, people are saying that Braun Strowman is gonna like beat up R-Truth backstage, and he's gonna have to take the spot of number 30 and then win.
Yeah, so once we get to our scorecards here in a little bit, I'll just throw out now, though, I wanted to pick Strowman, but on the list that I looked at for confirmed people, Strowman was not on the list.
Because he was fined $1,000 for whipping off a car door.
So as a safety precaution, I did not pick him, but I kind of want to. I do want to.
Yeah. Okay, so
let's rewind back there. So your first one was that you remember was probably like 2010 or so, somewhere in there. But I know
maybe 8. I think 2008.
You would only be a couple years old, though. That'd be hard.
I feel like I remember that at Lee's house going downstairs. I feel like I remember that.
Okay.
Because I remember like John Cena coming out and like it was like a huge surprise because he was injured.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember the first one that I watched on pay-per-view, 1990. It culminated in the huge moment in the ring of where everybody got tossed out except for Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. And that was the first time that like the two of them like stood face to face, like fighting each other. And it was like, oh my God. I remember sitting in my buddy Ryan's house watching it. Like we all just lost our stuff. It was crazy. And then that led to their match at WrestleMania 6, which was also awesome.
I was going to ask that. That's the one that led up to 6.
That is exactly it. Yep. So that's kind of my early Royal Rumble memory.
Yeah.
And then I loved watching them like high school time, like with during like the Attitude Era and stuff. We watched all of those, and those were all fun. Like Steve Austin won like 2 in a row, like 96, 97 era. That was super cool.
And then 98 he won.
So thanks to the WWE Network, we've had Royal Rumble pay-per-views on
From 86?
On 3 different TVs. We started with 1992, the year Ric Flair went from like number 2 all the way to the end, because I felt like I hadn't seen that one in a while. So that was where I started, and it's just been playing on TVs not like 3 different TVs.
So for the first time, like this year, we're watching like the whole like pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just watching.
Normally we just turn on Rumble matches, but this year I was like, there's a bunch of good matches that happen at the Royal Rumble that we've kind of missed out on by not watching.
Yeah.
So I think we're up to like 2006 right now is what's on the TV right now.
Yeah.
So we've watched a lot of wrestling this weekend, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has.
All right, let's see. And besides WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble is the best pay-per-view. And the way that we
Survivor
do it,
Series is fun, but that's like never.
Survivor Series used to be fun back in the day. Now it's just another pay-per-view.
Yeah, but it's always like the Royal Rumble is always the big one.
The way that we have turned it into a gambling thing, it really honestly can make it more fun than WrestleMania because we're really.
Well, it also sometimes makes it really not fun when you only get the bad people. That's always so, especially when it's like the last number. Yep. It's like, okay, it's 27. 27 is like the most one number.
Yep.
And then it's like,
follow me on Twitter,
Elias,
and I'll tweet out the numbers that I drew and all that stuff, so everybody can keep up with what crappy wrestlers aren't going to win the Rumble this year.
One cool thing that actually happened was, on Instagram there was a thing that was like one of the balls that they use that like has like the 1 through 30 number. It said take a screenshot to see what number you'll be. And it was number 1.
Gotcha.
So I think if I get number 1, that's going to be someone. I think number 1's going to be somebody who might win. I think because also the one after that had a ball that had Rollins. So number 1 Rollins, so I think.
Okay. All right, let's
awesome,
let's get to the scorecards here.
Yeah.
Another shout out. Follow PW Scorecards on Twitter. They do all of these prediction cards.
We've used these for a couple of years.
Yeah, we've been using them for a while now. They've got a Patreon. You can go support them. We have in the past. They do a really
one of the sponsored
talking
Patreon.
over me. No. So definitely check them out for sure. They do a really great job. Playing along with the cards makes the pay-per-views that much more fun. So we've got the card and we've got our bet thing. So that's pretty sweet.
The bingo thing? For the drinking game?
I don't know. I haven't found a drinking game yet, but we might. All right, let's start at the top of this card, and we will work our way down. We're not gonna go through and give you all these match extras like who pins who and does this person interfere.
Yeah.
All of that's on the card, but for the sake of the podcast right here, we're just gonna pick our actual winners of the match. So let's start SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Bar versus the best tag team in the world. Who's everybody got?
I have best tag team.
I have the Bar.
Okay. What do you think, Tyler?
I'm gonna go Shane and Miz.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you been like keeping up on this stuff? Have you been like watching Raw and SmackDown stuff?
Not really.
Okay. Not even a little.
Okay. The Cruiserweight Championship 4-way match. Buddy Murphy, Orika Tozawa versus Kalisto versus Hito Itami.
Okay. I got Kalisto in that one because I think he was the only one that I knew.
I feel like I knew Hiro Tommy, but like once I looked
Hero
him up,
Tommy. We're gonna call him Hero Tommy now.
Okay, I said Kalisto. What do you say, Tyler?
I'm gonna go with Kalisto as well.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. United States Championship: Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's the first time you ever say his name.
Thank you. I was pretty happy about that.
Good job.
Thank you. It's ridiculous, I know, but I'm pretty happy about that. Cool.
Shinsuke was one last year for our
that's
one and only episode of the Unknown Wrestling Podcast.
That's right. I've always had a hard time with that one, obviously. Who you got, Taggart?
I'm going to go Rusev.
Same here. I got Rusev.
I have Shinsuke.
All right.
Everybody else in the house also said Rusev, but I think Shinsuke.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we get to matches that'll actually matter a little bit.
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Becky Lynch. Asuka is the champion right now, correct?
I'm pretty sure, yes. I'm sure, yes.
Yes.
Asuka is the champion.
I got Becky for this one, so I've got a title
I have Asuka.
change.
No, I probably should choose Becky because they don't use Asuka to win matches anymore.
I got Becky.
Okay. That could be. I think that's one I'm looking forward to. That's
gonna be a good match.
Yeah, that should be.
I'm like Sebi looking forward to this next match, the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, that should be a good one too.
That sounds like a good match, but how they've used Daniel Bryan, I don't know if he's gonna like pull something stupid and like.
Yeah, but since Daniel Bryan has kind of started this little heel thing he's got going on, he's been more interesting here lately than he has been for a little while.
But everybody loved him like being the fan favorite.
Yeah,
like, now he's like
good for him for switching it up.
Yeah. Now the Raw Women's Championship.
Hold on, we didn't say who we're picking in that match.
Oh, I said Bryan.
I got Bryan as well.
Yeah.
I got Bryan too.
Okay. Okay. The Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm. Who you got?
I have Ronda winning that.
Ronda is the champ, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got Sasha.
Okay. It was her birthday yesterday.
Well, happy birthday, Sasha. I know you're listening.
I got Ryan.
All right. Oh, Tiger, did you just drop out?
No, his face went away.
Uh-oh. We lost Taggart.
Now we just have his face.
Oh, there
it is.
All right, cool.
Okay.
That
What's
was
up?
freaky.
So you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
So last night, I think it might have been the same thing that happened to me on Unknown Pod last night. I was sitting here and everything was cool. And then all of a sudden it said, my machine has gone to sleep and I got booted from the call, but my computer didn't go to sleep. It was obviously still working, but I had to join back in. So it's weird. Whatever. So there's rumor that this might be. No. Rumors that WrestleMania might be it for Ronda Rousey, that she might be on her way out after WrestleMania. So I think maybe her losing the belt to Sasha is a possibility. But
I heard that, and then I also heard that she's contracted through 2020.
Okay. Right on.
Well, you know, she's not going back to UFC. She just joined the Hall of Fame. So.
But then at the same time, I think there's a good chance of Rousey versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. So
Charlotte is involved.
I think there might be a triple
Charlotte
threat.
is
maybe.
Charlotte is SmackDown though.
Okay.
So
who's to say that they don't move her though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what'll happen over. They'll do whatever they need
I would
to
love
do
to see
over
a
the next
Charlotte
couple
and
months.
Asuka.
Anything can
match
happen
again.
in the WWE.
That's right.
I would love to see the rematch of Charlotte and Asuka. That was a great match at WrestleMania last year or something like that.
All right, and then the big main event that we can all just go to sleep and leave before it's over. Well, minus the Royal Rumbles. Brock Lesnar is the champ, defending against Finn Balor. Who we got? I got Brock.
Finn.
Hey, Brock.
Yeah,
it's Finn's time.
I think, I really want, I want this pay-per-view to be a turning point for WWE. Something cool can start happening. There can be some surprises in the Rumble. They can I feel like they could start redeeming themselves this year, and I feel like they really need to.
They could bring that guy.
So Finn Balor beating Brock Lesnar would be a really good step in the right direction for that. But this is WWE we're talking about, and if we're predicting what we think is going to happen, the safe bet is that, of course, Brock Lesnar is going to win.
I never win these things, so I don't really care. Okay, now I have the Royal Rumble.
Spirit.
That's right.
Okay, let's do the women's one.
Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So this is, the second year for a Women's Rumble?
Yes.
And last year...
Second.
Second?
Yes.
Last year
Second.
Was...
Asuka defeated Nikki in the last two.
And the year before that?
Nothing happened. It was last year.
So this is the second Women's Rumble. Correct. All right. Okay. I have Charlotte Flair winning the Women's Rumble.
I do too.
Oh, you copy her?
I put that before you.
Yeah, you did. Taggart?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Charlotte too.
All right, Charlotte across the board.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe Alexa Bliss. She was going through my head, but
you want to say the final four? Do you think that would? Because that's not too complicated.
I'd have to look up the list again to be able to say that. I'm sorry, I don't have that filled out.
My final four for the women: Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, and Carmella. Because Carmella is 30.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty solid final four.
Yeah. Okay. For the men.
And how about the men? So before the pay-per-view starts, I might change my answer. I'm really having a hard time with this one. I have Seth Rollins on the paper right now, but I kind of feel like I'm going to go with Strowman. I know that's kind of a BS answer for this being our prediction episode, but I still got a couple hours until I have to lock in my answer, and I think I'm going to switch it to Strowman.
So what Mama said for me to do, because I didn't want to put Kenny as my winner.
Yeah.
I put for my final four, Lashley, Dean, Rollins, and Kenny.
Kenny Omega. All right, we'll get to that in just a second.
Get, points if he shows up in Final Four.
Okay.
But if he doesn't show up, then I don't get a bunch of points taken off.
Yeah.
If Rollins still wins.
Okay. We'll get to the Kenny Omega thing here in a minute.
So maybe you just put Rollins as the winner and put Braun in the top four.
Okay, that's a good good strategy. Who you got, Taggart?
That's a hard one.
It is.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see that happen. I was thinking maybe Dean Ambrose. He was one that kind of went through my head.
Dean to get a push so bad.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
He's all buffed now, and he's all super cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see that happen. So, so that's all of our picks. We kind of flew through that, which is cool.
Who'd you guys pick? The men's?
Rollins, but I think I'm gonna switch it to Strowman. You'll know. I'll let you know when you get here tonight what my final pick is.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the show itself, the prediction card itself. But before we go, I'd like to address a couple rumors that are flying around that everybody's wondering about with the Rumble tonight. And the main thing being Kenny Omega, I think is what everybody's talking about here. It might be completely irrelevant to be talking about Kenny Omega, but with where we're at in wrestling right now, that's kind of what everybody wants to talk about. Yeah. So as of January 31st, Kenny Omega is out of his New Japan contract, and he then becomes the most sought-after free agent in wrestling at that point. Will he go to WWE or will he go to AEW?
But think about it. It's literally 4 days.
Yes.
So I would not be shocked if they cut his contract 4 days.
Yes.
To do that.
WWE would have to pay extra for him to get out of his contract to do so, but they've done that a million times before, so that's always a very good possibility. So, prediction time. Do we think Kenny is going to come out tonight? Does any of us think that Kenny Omega is going to make his WWE debut at the Rumble tonight?
I really hope he does. I also don't. It's so.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
hard.
to be happier. Like I'm thinking, like
sad.
if the camera goes and it's Kenny Omega and he's standing there,
zooms in on freaking Roman's
I don't
face.
think I can like help from not being excited because it would be cool. But I want him to go to AEW.
I'll be happy if I get his number.
But I'm also cool with him going to WWE too. I'm cool with whatever. So it's mixed emotions.
What if he does a V-trigger? That'd be so awesome if he like V-trigger somewhere out of the ring.
Yeah, it will be awesome. Tiger, what do you think? You think he's going to show up?
I don't think so. I think it's because everybody's expecting it that they're going to swerve and say he's not going to.
Yeah. It's. I think that's the safer bet.
I think Kenny's becoming like the new Punk. I think
if they're going to bring him out, I'd say they'd probably bring him out like Raw or SmackDown.
Maybe Raw after WrestleMania.
Or maybe Raw tomorrow night even. A lot of times the Raw after the Rumble and the Raw after Mania ends up getting like some big new surprise person.
WrestleMania is the big one.
But since they're all about lately giving the fans what they want, I mean, it's possible too. So hard to say.
It sounds like there is like he's for sure been in talks with them over the last month or two or whatever.
Yeah.
From what I've read, AJ Styles is like been a big part of trying to get him to sign.
And
I don't know.
And what you were saying with that interview at Trips, like saying, like, yeah, we know they're there, but we're still trying to keep an eye on them. I think that he kind of said that because maybe Kenny comes over and they think that they're going to get a big kind of push up with their talent.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, we know they're down there, but we have something in store. So.
We might see Abyss tonight. There's a lot of rumors going around that WWE has signed Abyss, which is
like, hey, I saw that guy before he got big.
Yeah, Abyss got
Not
his
a great match, but still
he got his start here in Cincinnati at a local wrestling federation here, Northern Wrestling Federation. That's where he started his career, which is cool that he started in Cincinnati.
And the only match
but he's been on the Indies.
Was literally the most awful match I've ever
That's the only match you've ever seen of him.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. So Abyss is cool. Like he was kind of TNA's answer to Mankind, I guess. But he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But it's just odd timing. Like he's been around forever, and WWE never wanted anything to do with him. It's weird that they do now, other than they just want to sign up all kinds of independent people so that AEW cannot.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So if Abyss comes out, that could be cool.
But to be honest,
I also heard Loki's going to be there too.
Okay.
Or a rumor, anyway.
Yeah.
But to be honest, they don't sign the like Japanese. Like they don't sign like that area of wrestling like over there. So and like AEW was saying that they signed those two guys from a Japanese wrestling company, and like they can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Right.
But I have not seen, besides like Asuka and like Shinsuke, those are the only like Japanese wrestlers I've seen in a while. So
WWE doesn't
don't
do too much
that a lot.
with Japanese now.
But they do such cool stuff. Like those people can do some crazy things.
But their style is not WWE style, so it just sometimes doesn't match up real well.
That's why Kenny's moveset's going to be completely different.
Possibly could be.
V-trigger's not going to be allowed.
So one of the other things I read was from the NXT show that happened yesterday. It sounded like a couple of the wrestlers, Ricochet being one of them, who's one of my favorite wrestlers out there. It sounds like they did like a farewell speech like after the show went off the air. So does that mean that they're saying farewell to NXT and that they're headed up to the main roster and that there'll be a surprise at the Rumble tonight, which would be cool. Like I'd love to see Ricochet come out for the Rumble and do some cool stuff. Or does that mean that their contracts are up and they're saying goodbye, and they're headed to AEW or back to the Indies or something like that. So that's what I love about all this wrestling stuff that's going on right now is like these are the kind of conversations we're having. Are they going here? Are they going there? Are they gonna? It's just like back in the mid '90s when it was the same kind of thing.
Yep. Is that it?
Yeah. Anything else that you wanted to add about the Rumble, Taggart?
Can't think of anything.
Right on. Don't forget to bring a bag of cheese. We need a bag of cheese. We're gonna have all kinds of good food for the Rumble tonight. Liz is making
those potato chips you bought.
Skyline dip. That's what the
Where
cheese
did you
is
get
needed
those
for.
potato chips?
They came from work. Yeah, I got some potato chips to send home with you tonight, Taggart.
Yeah,
I got a lot.
Do you like jalapeno potato chips?
I don't like jalapeno anything.
Okay, so
well then maybe I won't be sending any home with you.
Yeah, because he bought like a huge.
I didn't buy
box.
any. It was given to me
He
from
got
the chip guy
a huge box of jalapeno potato.
There's
chips.
some other ones in there too.
Built some regular.
But anyway, we're gonna have some good food for the Rumble tonight. We're gonna have some Skyline dip. We're gonna have some little barbecue weenies.
Best thing about taste.
I forget.
I like some good old barbecue weenies.
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with barbecue weenies, man. That stuff is delicious.
You should name this episode Royal Rumbled Roasted Weenies or something.
Royal Rumble.
Something else. She's making something else. I can't remember what it is.
You had me at Skyline dip.
Yeah, totally. However, just so you know, it's veggie Skyline dip. It's not real meat. Remember, it's veggie, but it is still extremely good.
Yeah, and I don't really know the difference too much.
There's definitely a difference.
I'm the opposite of Tyler with vegetarian stuff.
Yes, that's what happens when you have vegetarian
stuff. I still love it. I demolish it. So
yeah, cool. Royal Rumble night 2019. It's going down. Check it out on the WWE Network. I'll be tweeting
there
that
or
all
be
night
square
at Captain Howdy 1027 on the Twitter, and I'll be posting on there all night long. Yep. What else, Taggart? Where can we find you at on the internet?
I am at Tag78 on Instagram and Twitter.
Cool. You got one of them private accounts on the Twitter. Is it the same way on Instagram?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you got to be Taggart's friend to be able to see his stuff. So
there's a good reason for that.
Yeah, I mean everybody should probably be that way, but mine is not. So Lane, can we find you anywhere on the internet?
Lane Wiley on
Fortnite.com.
Fortnite.com/Lane.
So Lane Wiley on Instagram. And that's like all I'm on. I don't have a Twitter.
Right on. What about what's your gamer tag? Tell them your gamer tag. Maybe somebody will want to play
Xbox,
some Fortnite with you.
Mida316 MIDDER 316 on PlayStation. Mida316 Mida_316 capital M IDDER _316.
Cool. Play some games with Lane. He plays Rocket League and Overwatch and.
That's about it.
It's not all that I play. God. I played freaking Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, man, I'm liking this new Dragon Ball game. Yeah. It's a free weekend on Xbox right now for this Dragon Ball game, and it's cool, man. It's crazy. I'm not very good at it. Lane whoops me every time, but I've been having fun with it. I'd like to get better at it, but it's not going to be free.
This is my first time playing it. Like I have not played it at all. So.
Yeah.
I'm just that awesome at finding games.
You playing anything good, Taggart? We'll touch on that real quick before we go. What'd you play this week?
I've just been playing Spider-Man like crazy.
I saw your stats that you sent me, your 2018 PlayStation stats. Yeah,
you were asking me about that a couple months ago. And
yeah, and then
get it to work.
And then you sent it to me last night, and I was scrolling through it, and one of the stats was your longest play in one sitting, and it was 20 hours. And I was like, dang, that's a lot. So I asked him, I
need to look how long mine is.
So I asked Taggart what the 20-hour one was, and he said as if it was recent, it was Spider-Man. So, but you bought Spider-Man after 2018, though, actually, now that I think about it.
Did I?
Yeah, you just bought that like a month ago or something. Well, maybe that was still in December.
Platinum Trophy?
I don't know. I have to look.
You need it's the only challenging thing is you might need to look up 2 of them because there's one that's you gotta go to Uncle Ben's grave and it's on the other side of the map and you don't know where it is. So there's one that's perch on top of Avengers Tower.
I got that one.
Yeah, but I accidentally got that one because I was trying to do a cool.
Screenshot.
Yeah, I was trying to get a cool screenshot and I was gonna post it with the share weekly thingy. Try to see if I get it on Instagram.
Is your thing Ratchet?
What?
PlayStation?
Whoa. What was your question?
This is picture.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it is B.
I'm gonna add you.
I need to change mine. I need to make it not that.
Tiger, we were talking about trying to find a game for us to all kind of be able to play online together and stuff. And I think a good contender for that is the game that comes out next month, Anthem. Ain't that the name of it?
Yes, I downloaded the demo on Xbox.
Anthem, kind of Destiny-ish looking. Mm-hmm. It looks awesome. We were talking about it on Unknown Pod, and it seems like we're all kind of wanting to check that out. So that might be a really good answer to one that we can all play together.
I would love for you to buy that.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to play that for a while.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing the E3 video for that.
Maybe you should probably check out the demo before you make maybe actually get some gameplay.
Yeah, whatever.
I downloaded the demo on Xbox last night. So
it sounds like the servers didn't work very well for most people.
The VIP demo. That's not the same thing.
Okay. All right. So I think that's it. Everybody watch the Royal Rumble tonight. Yes. We'll be back here. I guess we'll be back here next week to do the TV episode, and we'll go over who got the most points on our scorecards.
Wrestling episode next week.
Probably another wrestling episode. I don't know what our quality will be. I don't know if we'll have a microphone next week. I'll have a new computer in a month or so.
Maybe it'll just be our faces next week, and no mouth movement, just a straight thing up the camera.
Maybe. All right, Tiger. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you
later again.
Heck yeah, man! I'm glad that you're a regular on the show now. Working out pretty good. Look above Lane's head here, Lane. Scoot down a little bit. Look at all these freaking Guitar Hero guitars I have now. Throw that out there real quick. As of like a week ago, I owned one guitar for Guitar Hero, and it is the only guitar I've owned for like a decade since I bought Guitar Hero 1. So then like a week or two ago, the one that is the Explorer, the white one, is a Guitar Hero guitar. It came with Guitar Hero.
That's the one you've had forever.
Forever, yes. Since the games came out a long time ago.
One thing that we had, a mic. We had that and a mic.
So then a week ago, we had a mic. I bought a Logitech mic, but we hardly ever used that. And then like a week ago, me and Tyler were at the thrift store, and they had a wireless guitar. It was like $150. I didn't know if it worked, but it was like definitely worth risking it for $150. So we brought it home, and it works perfect. It's probably the best guitar we have actually now. And then like a week after that, I found this deal on Facebook Market, and I bought a bass guitar and 2 regular guitars and drums and a microphone for $20.
Nice.
So now we've got like the whole. I mean, we're 10 years late to the party, but
we have 4 guitars.
But we've got them.
Drums.
They're hanging up over there, and I think they look pretty cool hanging up over there. But we really are like 10 years late to the rock band party.
But we still play it. So.
Yeah, my kids, like anytime they have friends over and stuff, like it's still one of their go-to games. So that was the main reason why I wanted to get the extra stuff, so they could all have something to play as opposed to having to take turns all the time and stuff. So Taggart said he's
having to sing. I hated that. I hate that so much.
Taggart said he's going to come out today around 5, so that'll be like 2 hours before the Rumble starts. So if we've got some extra time,
2.5 hours.
It is. I'd like to get some rock band time in if we could.
Yeah.
I call dibs on the P bass.
All right. The last button on the P bass though doesn't work unless you use the buttons that are down by the body. Mm-hmm. But if you're just playing on like medium or something, then it doesn't use that last button anyway. So.
Right.
Or you can play bass just on a different guitar. You can do that too.
But he wants to play the actual P bass, But when I bought it from the woman and I brought it home that night and we were using them, the orange button worked just fine. But then we were playing it again a couple nights later, and it was not working. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully it works, because playing the buttons down by the body, I'm not very good at it. They're small. I'm not used to how they feel. But 2, I want to play the bass like a bass, which means I want to have my hand up top. So, whatever.
Speaking of bass, have you been playing the regular real bass thing?
I played it when I recorded the new transition music for Howdy Radio, The Next Generation. That's about all I've played.
Have you listened to that yet, Tiger?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody likes it.
Yeah. I listened to all the episodes. What are you talking about?
Yep. We talked about you being our super fan last night on the Unknown Pod, so make sure you listen. Obviously, you will, but
that has
listen for your little shout out. You get a good shout out on last night's episode.
Oh, heck yeah.
Tag 7 something.
Yep. So all right, let's get this wrap up because we got so much crap to do over the next couple hours. Get ready for everybody. Taggart, thanks for joining us. We'll see you here in a couple hours.
Sounds good. See you guys.
See ya.
Fade to black.
Exit the call.
Oh. Real quick, check out that Pelvic Meatloaf band. They're pretty good.
We talked about it last night.
Did you?
It was on the playlist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think anybody liked that one.
Yeah. Well, fuck you.
You'll have to listen to the Unknown Pod though. Everybody was disappointed that you took the teething songs off of it because that was the ones that everybody liked.
Well, Aaron was bitching because I had the whole album on there.
I know. Go listen to. Well, it's not available yet. You'll hear it. All right, let us finish this up, and then I'll text you here in a little bit.
All right, later.
See ya. All right, 5-second pause. All right, that is our 2019 Royal Rumble episode. I hope everybody watches it tonight. I hope it's a good Rumble. I hope it's a good pay-per-view. We'll have fun with it regardless. Breaking news: John Cena will not be competing tonight. Lane just got,
which I don't think is gonna happen.
Lane just got a notification on his phone to let us know that. Really, so if you've got John Cena on your prediction scorecards out there, people, you might want to think about changing.
It is early, but I don't think that's right.
Could be kayfabe. Could be part of the story.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Could be. Everybody, thanks for listening. Sorry for the bad quality. Like I said, here in a month or so, this show is going to sound as professional can be. We're just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Check out howdyinc.com for links to about 1 million different things.
Yep.
Check out my other podcast I do with my buddies on Saturday nights called The Unknown Podcast. You can go to theunknownpod.com to subscribe to that. But you can also get all the episodes on howdyinc.com as well. Subscribe to both of them.
You can also watch the streams on YouTube.
Yeah. You have a lot of options of how to consume our shows. 2019 is the 15-year anniversary of Howdy Inc. So we're going to make this year awesome. Yes. And it's going to be a really good year for this stuff.
Howdy Inc.'s older than me.
Yeah. Pretty proud of that. This year's 15 years old.
And what's still going strong.
Stronger than we ever have. I mean, last year, 2018, we, as
crazy year.
2018, Howdy Inc. released 36 different shows, different episodes of shows. There was like 20-something of Unknown Pod. There was a smaller amount of Howdy Radio. And then there was the wrestling podcast.
Yeah, we took a break from like July
until like December.
November. Yeah.
But still, last year we did 36 episodes of stuff last year, and that's fantastic. And I want to do even more than that this year, and we're off to a great start. So cool.
Yes.
All right, howdyinc.com, everybody, and we'll be back next week for the TV episode. We'll try to spare you another episode of wrestling. See ya. All right, now we have to record the intro.
What are we doing for intro?
Something Royal Rumble related. What if we just like both count down together, like 3, 2, 1, yeah, like just something stupid like that.
We gotta do the buzzer noise.
Okay. Then we just go 3, 2, 1, and then buzzer noise.
Yeah, look up buzzer noise. And I want to say.
Let's see. This is where Kyle already has like a sound bank of sound effects for Iconoclash.
Already has a soundboard.
So he would have had a ready to go.
That's not what that is. Go back.
That sounds like somebody shaving.
Is that right? No. Look up Royal Rumble buzzer noise. And make that stop. Oh my god. What's the sound effect? Hey, so
we just use this. Okay, I'll just rip that and just add it because I like that. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
we get
live
copyrighted?
stream. It's not an actual
I
WWE
know.
thing. Okay. Right?
But you know,
No.
you never know though.
We'll be all right. Nobody listens. All right. See you later.
Yeah.